What's up, y'all? I am Chris Hayes 508, and this is On the Spot, and we got a very special guest. Please introduce yourself, man. Tell me your name, where you're from, and what you got going on.
What's up, y'all? I am Maurice Hawes of Maurice Movement Records, independent record label. It's more of an LLC than a record label, but independent artist, so I call it a record label. So, yeah, I'm based out of Denver, Colorado. My most recent project is called Army of Two. It's a duo project with my homie Jocelyn Collier. It's a new metal record, so if you're into Rage Against the Machine, Linkin Park, Dropout Kings, City Morgue, anything like that. This is right up your alley. We got some more like pop culture and nerdcore based stuff, but we also got some emotional tracks too. So if you're into new metal and you want to hear something new from a new younger artist, then we're coming together on this one. Check that out. It'll be the first link in my bio on Instagram. And also coming February 1st, I will be officially launching my artist website as well. So stay tuned for that.
Hey, I think artist websites are definitely going to be big in 2026, and man, creating an experience for the people, man. So,
Yep, help you stand
congratulations on,
out.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
absolutely, man. Congratulations on the album, the new music, the group, everything you got going on, man. We have a lot to, and the label, we have a lot to talk about. But before we get started, I want to officially welcome you to On the Spot. Thank you for coming through, man.
Thanks for having me, man. Thank you for the opportunity. Really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
I like your setup,
Absolutely,
bro,
man.
for sure.
Yeah. Now, the first thing that I always like to ask about is your name. So tell the people again, what is your artist name? Who gave it to you? Why did you choose it? Tell us the story about your artist name.
Gotcha. Yeah, so Maurice Hawes is my actual name, so my actual name is my artist name. I was thinking about doing an artist name at first. There was one artist, the main artist name that I liked was, well, there were two actually. The first one was called Message, which, I feel like the message is the most important thing for the music. And then the other one I liked was 50 Cal. I didn't end up going with either one of those. Message, just like as dope as it is, it just didn't feel authentically me. 50 Cal sounded too much like horrorcore and drill, so I'm like, I've dabbled in that a little bit, but like, it just didn't really fit. But the main reason I just decided to just go with my name is, I feel like as artists, especially like in the rap world or even the rock world too, because I'm kind of dabbled in both. It's really easy to, I'm gonna put on a facade. As much as we love Slim Shady, as much as we love all the personas that someone like Nicki Minaj has, like as your career goes on, that can kind of start to ruin your life, right? Like people don't really know you for who you authentically are. They know you for a character that you play, and they expect you to be that person, even though it's very clearly fiction, right? So I'm just like, you know what? Yeah, I'm rap, I'm metal, I'm a nerd, but I want Maurice Hawes to be my artist name because I just want to be authentically me in all of its forms. I am nuanced, I am unique. I just don't really think alter egos are really the wisest thing for artists to go into. If you want to do that, it'll get popular, but I want to be authentically me, therefore I chose my name. And Maurice Movie Records was actually the label name I came up with when I was in music class in college. We just kind of went to a website. We put like rap name generator. I knew I didn't want a rap name, so I just went to like a label name, and I'm like Maurice Movement Records, and there we go. So a record label is more of an LLC, but I call it a record label because I'm an artist. So it's the record label is tied specifically to my brand. So yeah, that's what that is.
Yo, straight up, man. Maurice
Yeah.
Movement Records, LLC. Love God, love man. I like his bio, man. You guys got. I'm gonna put your name down below. These guys gotta go give you a follow, man. You just
Hey man.
represent yourself, being yourself, and I'm checking out your content. You're putting a lot of positive messages out there. You're just sharing knowledge. I think you're doing a great thing, and I want to talk more about your music and your content in a little bit. But first, I want to figure out how'd you get started, man. Like, have you been doing this a while? Is it something you just started recently? How'd you get into it, and what's been your motivation to keep going?
Yeah, so my first song, I'm 26 now, I'll be 27 this year, coming in July. But my first song I actually wrote 10 years ago, ironically, in my film class. So when I was growing up, I was dead set, I'm going to be a filmmaker. I love movies, I'm a huge movie buff. So film is still one of the things I'm very passionate about. But at that particular time, I just feel like a new gift had awakened in me. God had given me something new. So I wrote my first two songs in film class. 10 years ago specifically. Now, on that journey, I was definitely, I'll be honest, I was still pretty insecure about being a rapper. I'm a filmmaker, right? Like I figured, like I'm a nerd, like there's no real place for me in that, you know. So when it first started, I was not comfortable with it. Everyone knew I was talented. I didn't really know it. I was very much under the label of Christian rap at that time. And if you ask me now, yes, I'm a Christian. Yes, my identity is in Christ. That's who I am as a person. I'm not a Christian rapper. Maurice Hawes Records is militant gospel. But at that particular time, back then, I didn't really. I was very much in that little bubble, that little comfort zone. And then I started to awaken as I got older. But yeah, man, I started rapping at that point. I made an album for family and friends a couple of years afterwards, and then kind of fell off for a bit, like still figuring things out, struggling with perfectionism, the world, you know what I mean? But then in college, when I started at, because I went to community college and I started at UCD, I met my audio engineer now. So that would be my little quick shout out right here. Shout out to, he goes by Somerset, but Alex Hayes was his name, but Somerset is our name. So shout out to him. Of course, makes some matches on my music. We got a great business relationship, great friendship, good dude. So, but yeah, I started working with him pretty much as soon as quarantine started. Actually, the quarantine started, I just went to the studio the next day, and then that's when I officially started releasing music to the world. So I've been rapping, like really rapping for like 10 years, but then I started to really hone in my craft starting in 2020, and then I started releasing in 2021, and then now. So as far as making music, like rapping and stuff, I've been honing that in for about 10 years. But as far as officially releasing, doing music, doing content, all this stuff, coming in May would be 5 years. So, yeah.
Yo, I that's a great story, man, and I see it right in your bio. I'm glad you mentioned it. I was gonna ask you. This is not Christian rap. This is militant gospel, man. I see you got your audio engineer in the bio, man. I think that's dope, man. You doing what you feel, man. You saying what you mean.
Yeah.
For the people watching, I mean, you've obviously been putting out music for a few years. You've been studying the craft and learning it, and maybe someone watching needs a little help, man. So, what is one piece of advice or something you've learned about music or the business that might be able to help someone else?
Good question. Man, there's a lot of things I could say, but I'd say if I had to throw anything out there, bro, and this is not gonna resonate with a lot of artists who are up and coming and even like doing things. But I just gotta be real. Give up perfectionism, dog. Give up perfectionism. Because when I was before COVID hit, I was determined, okay, I got to be the best artist. Like I got to make all my own beats. I don't make my beats, by the way. I lease, which there's no problem with that as long as you do it legally and as long as it matches your sound. Go for it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I was like, I got to make all my own beats. The lyrics got to be on point. I got to be better than NF. I got to be, I'm like psyching myself out trying to be perfect. And I realized, with with everything that I'm gonna have to manage from recording and video stuff like that, if I stay on this path to where like everything needs to be perfect, I'm never gonna get anything done. Perfection used to be like this humble brag for me, but then I realized once I really let that go, I got more done in a year, which was the year 2020. I got all my records for 2021 and 2022 recorded that year, and I got all of that done after I gave up perfectionism. If I would have stayed on that path, I wouldn't have gotten anything done because like I would be so in my head about that. Perfectionism would be like this thing for me where I would say it had to be this particular thing or else it's not good enough, and then I wouldn't get anything done for like 3 years. So once I let that go, it's just like my mindset, the way my mind and heart is the only perfection to have is through Christ. Outside of that, it does not exist. So stop fighting for something that does not exist and just do the best you can, bro. And even though I have a big catalog and not every single song in my catalog is a banger, most of them are, and I'm proud of it. So that would not have happened if I had stayed in my head about that too much. So that's the number one thing I would say for any artists out there, for anyone trying to impress these people, you're trying to be someone that you're not for this person. Let it go. Give up perfectionism. Perfectionism does not exist. Stop fighting for something that does not exist. So that would be my main key of it.
Yo, yeah, bro. And you said it perfectly, man. And I want to I feel like we're finding out a lot about you. We are running out of time. We're getting towards the end of the interview. I want to ask you a couple questions really quickly before we get to your music, though. Um, just real quick, outside of music, what's something about you that you want the people to maybe know about you? They might not expect it. Maybe it's a interest. You collect stuff. What do you do on the weekend? Tell us what you do.
I'll try and be as quick as I can because I like a lot of stuff, but obviously music's my main passion. Like I mentioned earlier, I love film. I'm a gamer. I do collect things. I'm a physical media guy, so most of my movies and games I do have at home.
Okay.
Shoot, yeah, I like Nerf guns. I love Legos. I collect those too, not as much, but yeah,
That's
I'm a
cool.
collector. I've been really working on, because being an artist is a lot, so you got to take care of your health. So I've been really getting back into nutrition and fitness. This is something that I don't really do so much at the moment, but as time progresses, I want to get back into martial arts. I think the move for me would probably be Muay Thai or Krav Maga, and then I also want to get into combat shooting as well. So yeah, man. But and to go along with all those interests, something you should know about me, if you know me personally, or even if you just know my music, um, don't ever make an assumption about me. I am a nuanced person. I'm not this way or that way.
Mm.
I'm not Democrat or Republican. I'm not black and white. At the end of the day, I am who I am. I think for myself. I got my identity in Christ, and I go from there. But if you're making an assumption about me, like you said earlier, you don't want to make assumptions. I appreciate you for saying that. If you're making an assumption about me, I'm gonna bet 99% of the time you're wrong. So don't make an assumption about me. If you want to get to know me, if you want to get to my music, ask questions, think outside the box, and that's really how you're going to get to know me because I'm always going to grow. I'm always going to be something different. If you try to put a label on me, I'm going to rip it off and go to something else. Yeah.
Man, we got a lot of gems, man. That's definitely it is important. People kind of know who they're listening to and why they're doing what they're doing, so they kind of not confused about it, man. I feel like we found out a lot about you in a short period of time, and we only get a couple minutes left, and I want to make sure we get to talk about your music. So before we go, I know you mentioned it in the beginning, but just to remind everyone, and maybe just set the tone. What is the first song you want the people to check out right now? What's the name of it? Where can they find it? And what do they need to know?
Yeah, so it's not a song, it's an EP, but since it's my most recent project, we'll just bring it back to that, like I said in the beginning. Army of Two, me and my homie Josh Sun, said new metal project. So like if you're into anything from 90s, early 2000s new metal, Rage Against the Machine, Linkin Park, Deftones, Dropout Kings, which is a more modern band, anything like that, this is right up your alley. It's new, it's different, it's a fresh take on the genre. Super dope. Also, shout out to Josh Sun as well. Go give him a follow. Go listen to his music too. He's super dope. This is his first time doing anything in the rock world, and he absolutely killed it. And yes, we are bringing a sequel to that record too. Army of Two doing very well, so a natural follow up is due. So yeah, it's not. Let's say it's an EP, not a song. So it's gonna be the first link in my bio when you see it. So go check out Army of Two. It's a bop, bro.
Guys, go check it out. I love the direction you're going and just hearing your story and who you are. It makes me want to support you 100 times more, man. You're definitely heading in the right direction, man. And thank you for, sharing part of your story with us and like letting us get to know you a little bit better. Um, we only got about 30 seconds left, and I want to make sure we didn't miss anything. Is there any shout outs you want to give or anything I didn't ask you that you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, man. Shout out once again my audio engineer. He goes by Somerset, but Alex Hazel, appreciate you, bro. Records and mix masters on my stuff. We got a good flow going. Love working with that dude. So shout out to him. Shout out to Josh Sun on our most recent project. Shout out to my homies who make music, Flex 6BO, Ruby, Young Aze, Shmi. They have a group right now called Project 303. Go check them out. They're fire. Yeah, I mean, a lot of dudes out here doing their thing. But yeah, go check them out and shout out to my family and friends who support me. I know music is not the easiest thing. I've lost people along this journey. Thankfully, not physically. No one's died, but like we're not really close anymore because just do what God called me to do, and there's consequences to taking that path. So shout out to the people who are rocking with me for real. You know who you are. Love and appreciate y'all. And always remember to love God and love people. That's the message. That's the movement. Yeah, that's it.
Maurice Hawes, Maurice Movement Records. Go check out the EP. Go tap with him and the crew, man. Great things going on, man. I'm gonna put his name down below. I want to thank you for coming through, and I want to thank everybody watching. I got one favor to ask y'all: press like, drop a comment, share this on your story. We'll tap in with him, man. I'm Chris Hayes, 508. Lesson.